What's up, sports fans? This is the Lucas Ross Sports Channel, and it's time for another countdown video for you here on this Lucas Ross Sports Channel. A couple days ago, I gave you the top 10 teams that have a chance to go undefeated in the 2023 college football season. It's going to be kind of similar for today's video. We're going to give you teams that I think have a really good shot to make the college football playoff in the 2023 college football season. This is not a top 10 countdown video. We're going to give you teams that I think will have a shot to make the college football playoff. And there are going to be 16 teams on here. I think there's like 16 teams that can make the college football playoff this season. And like I said a couple days ago, we gave you a percentage, based on the chance that, they had going undefeated in 2023. We're going to do that same thing for today's video. We're going to do the same kind of, video that we did a couple days ago. We're going to give you a percentage for that team, what their chances are to make the college football playoff coming up into the 2023 season. Like I said, there are a lot of teams out there that can make the college football playoff this year. And like I said, you'll see these percentages start low here on this video, but then you'll start to see the percentages climb high for this video. And like I said, there are 16 teams out there that I think can make the college football playoff in 2023. And they're going to be from, every single Power 5 conference. They're not going to be from a Group of 5 team. I don't really see any Group of 5 teams making it to the college football playoff, but we'll give you these best teams here. We're going to give you the best teams that we can here in this video, and we'll start here with number 16. So let's get right into it here. These are 16 teams that I think could make the college football playoff in 2023. So we'll start with number 16. We're going to start with number 16 here. We start with Oklahoma here. I think they have a 1% chance to make the college football playoff in 2023. Team that's coming off a 6-7 season last year, and you're probably thinking, how are they having a chance to go to the college football playoff? Well, I think Oklahoma will be better this year. I think they're definitely better on that offensive side of the ball than they were last year. They got off to a pretty good start in the season, but I think when Dylan Gabriel got hurt, it kind of ruined their chances, to have a really good season. It was kind of a big disappointment last year from this Oklahoma team. They were at the top of the Big 12 for so many years, and now they are not up there. It's usually Kansas State. And I really don't know. I think Oklahoma will be better this season. I mean, they do got a lot of question marks, but I think Dylan Gabriel will be good enough to where he can lead this Sooners offense to a really good season this year. So Oklahoma, again, coming off a 6-7 record from last year, and I think, they have a 1% chance to go in 2023 to the college football playoff. And like I said, these percentages are going to start low, and then you'll start to see them get bigger. Let's now go to number 15. Number 15 is going to be Texas. Texas, I think, has a 1% chance to go to the playoff as well. Team that's coming off an 8-5 season last year. This is a team that is getting a lot of hype. That's the reason why they're on this list. This is a team that, last year, like I said, going 8-5, it may not be the best record for them, but they definitely made some improvements on that offensive side of the ball. Quinn Ewers was a pretty good quarterback. I think with Arch Manning coming in, it's going to be a wide-open quarterback position this season for this Texas team. And depending on who's the starting quarterback, it's going to come down to them, either Arch Manning or Quinn Ewers. But if they stay healthy, Texas is going to be a really good team. But really, I don't see anybody going undefeated in the Big 12. Maybe a one-loss team gets in there in the college football playoff in the Big 12 conference. But according right now to my percentage, they only have about a 1% chance to go to the playoff, in my opinion. Let's now go to number 14. Number 14 is going to be Washington. Washington, I think, has a 2% chance to go to the playoff. Team that's coming off an 11-2 season last year. A really good season for Washington. And the reason why they're on this list is because of the experience they have coming back. I mean, they have a lot of experience coming back on both sides of the ball, and they've been to the college football playoff before. It's been, 6 years, I think, now that they went to the playoff last time in 2017, I believe. So, yeah, definitely Washington's, it's been a long time since they've been there, it seems like. So Washington, I think, has a 2% chance to go, to the college football playoff. They were in my top 10 teams that could have a chance to go undefeated in 2023 a couple of days ago in that video. So Washington, about a 2% chance to go to the playoff, in my opinion, at number 14 here. Number 13 is going to be Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame also has a chance to go to the college football playoff, but only it's about 2%. And like I said, these percentages that you're going to see from, 16 through 11 are not going to be that huge for these teams. But maybe not, Notre Dame, though, they're about a 2% chance to go to the playoff. And I'm kind of getting a lot of hype for this Notre Dame team in the offseason. I think this is going to be a really good Notre Dame team, but, are they that playoff contender? I think they are definitely a playoff contender, but they don't really have a high percentage, according to me, to make the college football playoff. It's only about a 2% chance. But this is a team that's got a lot of improvement to do, or a program, I should say. But, I think after last year's season, they're definitely going to be maybe a 10 or 11 win team this season in 2023. So that's Notre Dame there at number 13, a 2% chance to go to the playoff. Number 12 is going to be Penn State. Penn State, about a 5% chance to go to the playoffs. So now you're seeing these percentages start to climb up here for this top 10 or these countdown lists. This is a Penn State team that coming off an 11-2 season last year. They were probably one of the best finishing Big Ten teams from a year ago. Michigan and Ohio State, besides them, they made the college football playoff last year. But in the regular season, definitely Penn State was definitely one of those best finishing teams in the Big Ten. If they can really, if they can go 11-1, Penn State could sit there in the college football playoff picture. But as of right now, I'm only giving Penn State about a 5% chance to go to the playoff this year. I don't really see them going to the playoff, but you never know, because Penn State could really shock Michigan and Ohio State this year. But I'm only giving this team about a 5% chance to go to the playoff as of right now for 2023. Let's now go to number 11. Number 11 is Utah. Utah coming off a 10-4 season last year. I think they also have a 5% chance to go to the playoff this year. Same thing with Penn State. This is kind of an average team, but Utah, they're in the Pac-12. And, it's going to be really hard to tell if they're going to win the Pac-12 or not. But, Cam Rising coming back at quarterback is the reason why I think they should be on this list. I don't see them going undefeated, though, somehow. I don't really see them going undefeated, perhaps. But this is a team I think has a chance to make the college football playoff as a one-loss team. And last year, I did predict Utah to go to the college football playoff. I just thought with the veteran experience team like they had, I thought they would go to the playoff perhaps, but they did not even get close to the playoff. So Utah, though, I think about a 5% chance to go to the playoff. Team that's coming off a 10-4 record from last year. They're number 11 here on this countdown. Number 10 is going to be Tennessee. Tennessee also with a 5% chance to go to the college football playoff. A team that's coming off an 11-2 record from last year. Tennessee is going to have the explosive offense that they have. They're going to have the explosive offense to go to the college football playoff. If Joe Milton can stay consistent and if the defense can do their thing, Tennessee is going to be a really dangerous team. Like I said, I'm not really too concerned about the offense. I'm not too concerned about the wide receivers. I do kind of concerned for Joe Milton, though, if he's going to connect with those wide receivers on the deep throws. We saw that last year in the Orange Bowl. He kind of, connected on his receivers a little bit. So Tennessee, I think, has a really good chance to go to the college football playoff, but it's not really high enough. It's only about 5%. So Tennessee is my number 10 team on here with a 5% chance to go to the college football playoff. Number 9 is going to be Florida State. Florida State, about a 10% chance to go to the college football playoff. Team that's coming off a 10-3 record last year. This team is getting definitely a lot of hype heading into 2023. This is a team with a lot of production coming back. Jordan Travis coming back, and it has been 10 years since I think Florida State has been to the college football playoff, or I should say maybe 9 years ago. They did win the BCS National Championship in 2013. That was the last time they did the BCS, and then, of course, they went to the college football playoff semifinal. They lost to Oregon 9 years ago, it seems like. I mean, Florida State's been, kind of the up-and-down program now in the last 9 years. And now Florida State's kind of heading in the right direction with Mike Norvell. I think this is going to be a Florida State team that can make the college football playoff. But there are other teams out there that are kind of better than Florida State. Let's be honest, better programs as well. But according to me, though, Florida State does have about a 10% chance to go to the playoff, perhaps. That's probably my best percentage I have for them to go into the college football playoff. So Florida State's my number 9 team. Moving on to number 8, it's going to be in the ACC as well. We got Clemson here at number 8, a team that's coming off an 11-3 record from last year. And they have about a 10% chance to go to the playoff, in my opinion. But this is a team now that's missed the playoff now for the last couple years. And they're starting to kind of be like Florida State. They're starting to look like that team, that Florida State used to be in the national championship conversation. And now Clemson was in that championship conversation, and now they're out of that conversation as well. If Clemson can stay consistent on the offensive side of the ball, and if Caleb Klubnik can stay consistent, Clemson could very well be a very, very dangerous team. I'm not too concerned about the defense, though, for Clemson. I think defensively they'll still be good enough and they'll be still talented enough on that defensive side of the ball. But like I said, it's going to come down to that offense. That's one thing I'm concerned about for this Clemson team heading into 2023. But as of right now, my percentage I give them is about a 10% chance to make the college football playoff heading into 2023. Number 7 is going to be LSU. LSU with about a 15% chance to go to the playoff, in my opinion. Team that's coming off a 10-4 record from last year and Brian Kelly's first season. I don't see LSU going undefeated, but if they can get in there as a one-loss team and also win the SEC championship, it's a win-win situation here for LSU. If they do win the SEC championship and also go 11-1 the regular season, they're definitely in that college football playoff picture. So don't sleep on the LSU Tigers this year. They definitely have a lot of talent coming back this season. And, of course, they do have the talent to compete with all these teams in the SEC, including Alabama. We saw that last year when they beat them at home. So don't sleep on the LSU Tigers. They have about a 15% chance to go to the playoff for me in 2023. They're number 7 here on this countdown. Number 6, we're back to the Pac-12. It's Oregon here. Oregon with a 20% chance to go to the playoff, in my opinion. This is a team that's also coming off a 10-3 record from last year. They're definitely going to be a really good team this season. Definitely with Bo Nix coming back at quarterback, that's going to be huge for them. And I think Oregon is going to be one of those top Pac-12 teams next year, but let's be honest, the Pac-12 is going to be wide open next year, and there's so many teams that can make the college football playoff. And, that's why the Pac-12 is obviously hard to predict every single year. We don't know if that's going to be the case this year. The Pac-12, we don't know if a team's going to really qualify for the college football playoff, but when the 12-team playoff comes around next year, that's definitely going to be huge for the Pac-12. They definitely can have Pac-12 teams in there. But according to my percentage right now, Oregon's only got about a 20% chance to go to the college football playoff, in my opinion. They're number 6 here on my countdown. Number 5 is going to be Alabama. Alabama with a 30% chance to go to the college football playoff. This is a team that's coming off an 11-2 record from last year. Pretty up and down year for Alabama last year. And I did have them in my top 10, undefeated top 10 list, a couple days ago. I don't really see Alabama going undefeated this year. Like I said, that one loss could come to Texas A&M on the road this year, and if they do lose that game, there's still a good chance that Alabama could still win the SEC West, but maybe their next loss comes in the SEC championship game if it was a matchup against Georgia or another East team. But Alabama, I think, does still definitely have a chance to go to the college football playoff. I mean, I'm giving them about a 30% chance, though, only on their percentage here because it's really going to be hard to tell what Alabama is going to look like because the roster they have is a lot of losses from last year, but they still do have the talent, on that roster. But Alabama, though, 30% chance to go to the college football playoff in 2023. Maybe they can get in the college football playoff as a one-loss team, but as of right now, their percentage comes out to be about 30%. They're number 5 on this list. Let's go to the top 4 now, and these are the teams that have the best chance to make the playoff this season. We'll start with number 4. It's Ohio State here. About a 30% chance to go to the college football playoff. I think Alabama should be really ahead of Ohio State, but I like Ohio State here. I really like Ohio State from where they were from last year. I definitely think they can make the college football playoff once again, but like I said, it's going to come down to that Michigan game. If they can go undefeated this year, that would be something, but also they can get in there as a one-loss team like they did from last year. They got in there as a number 4 seed somehow, and they finished out the season at 11-1 after losing to Michigan. But Ohio State definitely, is kind of getting doubted this season, and I do kind of feel bad for them, so I'm going to go with Ohio State here to be at number 4 here. But really only a 30% chance to make the college football playoff, in my opinion. I'm going to pick them here at number 4, though. Ohio State, about a 30% chance to go to the playoff in 2023. Number 3 is going to be USC. I think this USC team has a 40% chance to go to the playoff this season. This is a team that's coming off an 11-3 record from last year. I don't really see USC going undefeated this year. I do kind of expect them to maybe lose 1 or 2 games on the schedule because they do have to play Notre Dame in the non-conference as well. That's a game they play every year, and they still have to run through the Pac-12 as well. And they do have a tough Pac-12 schedule this year with Oregon on there, Utah. there's a good chance that, USC could lose 3 games this year. But I definitely think this is a playoff contender. I'm giving them about a 40% chance of, making the college football playoff just because with the offense they have. And, of course, Caleb Williams coming back. The one thing I'm concerned about, though, for USC is definitely the defense. And like I said with Tennessee, if they can get good defensive play going, USC is also going to be a dangerous team this year. So watch out for the Trojans, but I'm only giving them about a 40% chance to make the playoff as of right now. They end up here at number 3. Number 2 is going to be Michigan. I'm going to give them about a 45% chance to go to the playoff. And again, this is a team that's made the playoff for the last 2 years in a row, coming off that 13-1 season last year, undefeated regular season as well, 12-0, and winning the Big Ten championship. They've won the Big Ten championship now in the last couple years. Would it be a three-peat this year if they can make the college football playoff? But the question is, can they win a national championship? That's the question for Michigan. We know Michigan's going to be talented on the offensive side of the ball, and defensively they're going to be really talented on that side of the ball there. I watched the spring game the other day for Michigan, and I'll tell you what, it's going to come down to that quarterback play as well for J.J. McCarthy. If he can stay consistent for Michigan, Michigan's going to be a really good team, and they have a really good chance to make, go 12-0 once again this year. And the good thing about Michigan's schedule is that they do get Ohio State at home. That's the good news there on that schedule. So Michigan, though, I'm giving them about a 45% chance to go to the college football playoff just because of the schedule and, of course, the talent they have on both sides of the ball. And the number 1 team here that I think has the best shot to make the college football playoff, it's no doubt the defending national champions, or I should say the back-to-back national champions. It's the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm giving them about a 50-50 chance to make the college football playoff. Again, that's a team that's coming off a 15-0 season, did not lose a single game last year. And they definitely could do that again. They could go three-peat and also go undefeated once again in 2023. And I did have them at number 1 on my undefeated list the other day, a couple days ago. If you saw that video, you can go back and watch that video of the top 10 teams that I think I can go undefeated. Georgia has the best chance to go undefeated and also the best chance to go to the college football playoff. This is a team that's just really loaded, and also they are just so talented on both sides of the ball. There's not really much to talk about Georgia, though. I mean, the talent is there for them, and they also recruited well and everything, so... But again, I'm giving them about a 50-50 chance to go to the college football playoff. It should be higher than that, though, about 55%, maybe 60%. But like I said, they have to run through the SEC. That's why their percentage come out to be 50-50. But I'm giving them a 50-50 chance to make the college football playoff, and that's my number 1 team. And those are all my 16 teams that I think could make the college football playoff in 2023, and also the percentages that I think they have a chance to go to the college football playoff. Let me guys know what you think about these teams. Do you agree or disagree with this list? What other team do you see making the college football playoff this year, or maybe have a chance? And also give your percentage down in the comments below. And stay tuned here for more sports content on the Lucas Ross Sports Channel.